Now, one of the things that we saw coming from Nio in October is, of course, Norway saw record-breaking deliveries of 184 units being sold. I mean, it was the very first time we saw Norway generating the kind of sales they did, and they smashing their existing, was it 146 deliveries. It was always good, though this was not too much. It was great. Now, apparently in Sweden for the same period, or in October, they sold 11 units, Germany 15 units, which Germany, Nio has become, of course, or the sales have went down quite sharply, because Germany was also a country in Europe when Nio was better. Sometimes they would even surpass the total number of sales that Nio generates there. So the reason why I'm telling you about these sales in Europe is, well, part of the reason you will know that Nio is not doing well is that their cars are too expensive. If Nio cars are expensive in China, you can imagine with the tariffs, with the export fees, it's just unbearable. It becomes so much. So the Nio cars, as a result, end up even becoming way more expensive than how they cost in China, which is always good. Now, like I said, part of the reason why I'm telling you about this is obviously you'll know that on the video I did just recently, we're talking about the good news that came from the European Commission to say that they will be scrapping the tariff increase which they impose onto Chinese EV makers like Nio. I mean, in Nio, you will know that under the new tariffs that EU imposed onto Chinese EV makers, the Nio is sitting with a tariff increase of 20.7%, which is something that is not good, and it does not make the situation better at all. Yes, for Norway, we know that things are good because Norway is not participating, which the 184 that we saw in October, chances are if they continue doing well, we can see it again, whereas these 15 that we saw in October in Germany, it might be worse. Nio might find themselves, or right now, whatever they're importing cars, they won't generate any. It might be even difficult for them to sell one car because it's going to be more expensive. But knowing that there's been progress made by both China and the EU Commission, I suppose this opens doors, or it means that there can be a room for improvement for Nio models also in Europe, which is something that is so good, and it makes us look forward to the sales that we are going to see or continue seeing as the tariff increase will be scraped off very soon. Now, with this, you will know that Nio has not started selling their Onvo sub-brand in Europe because they just recently launched it, or started with the deliveries of that model in China. Very soon we'll be seeing Onvo selling in Europe, which that will give options to those that could not afford Nio cars to at least be able to buy the Onvo car, because it will be cheaper, or much cheaper than the Nio cars. As it stands in China, the difference or price difference between Onvo L60 with a battery and the cheapest Nio model, which is the ET5 Touring or ET5 mid sedan, it's around $10,000. So that is the difference between the two cars, the cheapest Nio car and the Onvo L60, which, knowing that they'll be exporting this, it therefore means that even the price of the Onvo L60, we can safely assume that it will be cheapest Nio model also in Europe, which is the ET5 Touring and the ET5 mid sedan. And with Firefly also coming, which again, Firefly will be $10,000 cheaper than Onvo. This means that there will be a $20,000 difference between Nio and Firefly in terms of the gap of price, which shows you that now they will be able to cater for more people, because let's face it, Nio cars are expensive, and there are some people that cannot afford. In fact, many people, I think globally, cannot really afford Nio cars, majority of the people. And this means that those that cannot afford Nio cars but they wanted to buy Nio cars, they can now choose between Onvo and Firefly, which exactly they can go and buy. And this will open, it is for this reason that I see Firefly doing exceptionally well, and maybe even outselling our Onvo L60, because that one almost anyone who's in the working class will be able to afford that car, which when they take these sub-brands Firefly and Onvo to Europe, I tell you, it's going to open quite a number of sales, and this is going to be good news. It will bring in good numbers onto Nio, which is why the CEO has been saying you need to be patient. They are going to continue to expand. By the end of next year, they would have penetrated 25 countries outside of China, which is something that statement alone this week said by the Nio president, it was pretty bullish, I must say, because by the next year this time, Nio will be selling cars at even many countries outside of China, so, which will most definitely unlock sales, and we look forward to that. So yeah, man, tell me what you think about this. I think it is always good to see this coming from Nio. It is always good to see this positive good news coming from Nio. I think what we need to do is to brace ourselves. I know outside of China, in Europe, Nio is not doing that well in terms of sales, but things should improve with the tariffs going to be scraped off, or the recent increase of tariffs being scraped off, and the sub-brands of Nio going to penetrate the European market. Things should be better for Nio, and we look forward to that. Otherwise, like I always say, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and when you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I talk about Nio on this channel all day, every day, because I believe in their fundamentals, in their future prospects, and I believe that those that are persevering, ignoring the day-to-day movement of the share price, will most definitely be rewarded in the long term. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. That's all from me, and God bless you all.